Hi, my name is Dr.
Gaukhar Baidildinova.
This video is a part of my lectures on evidence-based medicine and epidemiology. Another way to classify clinical trials is based on the number of centers involved. Studies can be either single-center or multi-center. Any study conducted at more than one location is considered a multi-center study. While I will primarily refer to hospitals, a center can also be a fitness facility, a physical therapy center, or any other site where data is collected. Single-center trials are typically conducted at a single hospital. They are usually smaller in scale, easier to organize, and less expensive than multi-center trials. As a result, securing funding for these studies is often easier. These trials offer the flexibility clinicians and researchers need to develop new treatments. They play a crucial role in studying disease pathogenesis, generating hypotheses about etiology, and exploring potential treatment options. Disadvantages. Many single-center studies include too few patients to yield scientifically valid results, which is especially problematic for rare diseases. For example, a colleague of mine from Maastricht University faced challenges during his doctoral research on hemophilia. Even when recruiting patients from across the Netherlands, the sample size remained small, and frequent blood draws from such patients were not feasible. Trials with limited participants risk failing to detect a true treatment effect, leading to inconclusive or misleading results. In many cases, a single center may not provide a sufficiently large participant pool for a meaningful clinical trial. While this limitation is sometimes apparent from the outset, in other cases, it becomes evident only later, potentially causing the study to stall as interest declines. Therefore, it is crucial to assess early on whether a single-center study is viable and to carefully consider its ethical implications, logistical feasibility, and scientific relevance. I also have 2 paid courses on Udemy. The Critical Assessment of Clinical Studies teaches how to read and critically evaluate clinical studies. It's a very great course. The same as my second course, Scientific Writing, where I tell all the nuances of how to write a scientific article or dissertation. Links are in the description box. Multi-center studies. Advantages. Multi-center studies are conducted for 2 main reasons. First, they are a common approach for evaluating new technologies more effectively. In many cases, they provide the only practical means of recruiting a sufficient number of participants to meet research objectives within a reasonable timeframe. These studies can be conducted at any stage of clinical development. Depending on the disease being studied, a multi-center trial may involve a few centers with a large number of participants at each site, or in the case of rare diseases, many centers with only a small number of participants per site. Second, multi-center studies are often designed to enhance the generalizability of their findings. By recruiting participants from a broader population and testing the technology in diverse clinical settings, these studies create experimental conditions that more accurately reflect real-world applications. Additionally, involving multiple investigators allows for a wider range of clinical perspectives on the technology's effectiveness. Such studies are typically confirmatory trials conducted in the later stages of development, often involving numerous researchers and centers. In some cases, they may even span multiple countries to further strengthen the generalizability of the results. Problems and solutions. Multi-center studies are more complex than single-center studies because they require careful coordination, quality control, and data management. To ensure reliable results, all research sites must follow the same study protocol consistently. For the study to be meaningful, researchers need to use a standardized protocol, ensuring that all centers follow the same procedures. This helps make sure that treatment effects are comparable across different locations. To achieve this, researchers should meet before the study, train staff properly, and monitor the process closely. A well-planned study should also aim for an equal number of participants receiving each treatment in every center. Multi-center studies are also expensive, requiring significant funding for staff, equipment, and organization. It is important to secure enough financial support before starting. Finally, keeping all researchers and staff engaged throughout the study can be challenging. Regular meetings, updates, and feedback help keep everyone motivated and ensure smooth progress.